Looking at a live shot of Edmonton tonight, where the pressure is on Alberta's premier as another member of Alison Redford's caucus quits her party. Following an emotional resignation from Tory MLA Len Weber last week, Associate Cabinet Minister Donna Kennedy-Glanz announced she too is leaving to sit as an independent. CBC's Aaron Collins has more on the growing signs of party unrest. Let's bring in CBC's Aaron Collins. He joins us live from our Calgary studio tonight. Aaron, 2 defections in less than a week, but for 2 different reasons. What did we hear from Kennedy-Glanz today?
Yeah, two different reasons and 2 different tones. Today from Kennedy-Glanz was a very sort of measured approach. It didn't seem like her problem was directly with the leader, Premier Redford herself. It seemed to be more of a problem with the party. She came into to office in 2012 and sort of embodied that new wave of PC MLAs who were really hoping that change would happen from inside the party. You compare that with Len Weber last week. It was a very emotional response. He called the premier a bully, said that she wasn't a very nice lady, and said his constituents were essentially disgusted with the way she was spending taxpayer dollars. Now today, when we heard from Ms. Kennedy-Glanz, really more of a structural problem with the lack of change that she's seen in the last 2 years. Here's how she put it in her own words.
We just can't seem to get change happening, and I think it's more about change management and change leadership than anything else. Definitely there's an issue about a culture of entitlement, and we've seen that over the last few months, and I hear it at the doors all the time. People don't like a culture of entitlement. They're egalitarian in Alberta. They want this to stop. All right,
so part of that culture of entitlement she mentioned is that $45,000 travel bill for the Nelson Mandela funeral. What else is behind this recent revolt?
I think it's real politics. It's numbers. The Conservatives here in Alberta aren't used to facing as strong an opposition as they are right now from the Wildrose Party. They're not liking the numbers that Ms. Redford's polling at right now. There's some concern that they're not going to be able to maintain power. And I think after 43 years in power, that sort of internal change is something Conservatives here are used to. I mean, we saw internal revolts take down pretty much every premier we've seen over the last 4 decades here. Certainly did in Mr. Stelmach, Premier Klein, and even all the way back to Don Getty. So I think the real reason here is people aren't happy with the the way she's polling right now, and we're going to watch, and I'm sure they're watching how those polling numbers sort of go over the next few days, and that block, whether we believe it's 10 or 15 or 20 disgruntled MLAs, will probably act accordingly. And we saw in question period today that the Premier did receive a round of applause from her caucus, and we'll see which way things go, and I think it will depend completely on those numbers. All right, thank you, Aaron. CBC's Aaron Collins in Calgary tonight.